Hey Professor Potter, here's my proof of identification. The country I had to investigate was Costa Rica, which is by research is considered the most developed country in Central America. Some quick facts about Costa Rica is that their major trade partners are the United States, China, Guatemala, Mexico, the Netherlands, Panama, Belgium, and Germany. Their exports are 11.4 billion, while their imports are 16.1. Their population is 5,094,118, which is fifth in Central America. The number one spot belongs to Guatemala. Their GDP is 61.77 billion, which is the third highest in Central America. Number one also belongs to Guatemala. For the Western world, it's probably not that high, but for Central America, it's a big thing. They have 51,100 square kilometers of land, which is relatively small compared to how big some countries can be. The type of government they have is Democratic Republic. Their ethnic groups is white or mestizo, composing 83.6%, a mulatto uh, with the 6.7, indigenous with 2.4, and others with the 7.3. It's mostly Spanish descent. Their language their official language is Spanish. However, in the city and in the capital, most of the people understand English, and but they don't speak it really well. For the trade blocks, we have what's called CAFTA. It's basically the Dominican Republic and all the countries from Central America. It was basically an agreement with the United States uh, to impose trade or start trade. For appointment alerts, so once you want to do business in Costa Rica, what you will need to do is set up an appointment 2 to 3 weeks before. You can either call or email. Both of them work. On certain occasions, it can take less time to set an appointment, but that would be the average time you'll need. Um, One thing you'll have to do is you have to confirm a week before, 2 days before, and a day before, just to remind them that you're on schedule and everything, because sometimes they can get really busy or they just happen to be very unorganized as well. Costa Ricans are not punctual, so that doesn't mean they don't want you to be punctual. You have to be punctual. However, you can have long wait times, like an hour, 2 hours. So just bring something to entertain yourself. Their normal business hours are from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You get a break of an hour whenever you want to take it. Most of the people take it from 12 to 1 p.m. Um, One thing you have to do when you're trying to set your appointment is you have to watch out for the 9 paid holidays they have for employees. Also, the last week of the September is when they're closing their financials. So most likely that week they're going to be really busy and not be able to take any appointments. Uh, Dress code or business attire. Costa Rica is a very warm country. However, you still have to dress very appropriately. No flashy clothes, no jeans. For Costa Ricans, they took they're very formal to do business, so you just have to be on point. For the men, you have to be business casual, dress shirt, khakis or dress pants, a jacket suit or and a tie. That's optional because of their climate. Uh, for men, a handshake is a form of greeting. For women, a woman can wear like a dress skirt with a blouse. They can also wear dress pants. For women, a form of greeting can be a kiss on the cheek, which for some, depending where you come from, it can be uncomfortable, but that's how they do it. Conversation. Once you start, when you want to do business with Costa Ricans, it's going to be a long process because it's going to be a long process in which you have to be very respectful. You have to make sure you use the appropriate surname, like Don and Doña or Mr. and Mrs., which this is considered very formal to them. Not only to them, to any Hispanic person, it's very formal. Um, One thing they don't like is when you're straight up, like don't get straight to the point. They like to know you a little bit as a person before they want to do business with you. Um, always also make sure to always keep them keep looking at them straight in the eye, as if they see that you're very distracted. That's gonna come to them as like, oh, this guy doesn't want to do business. He's not interested. And even if you're a Spanish speaker, um, use a language that's straightforward with them, because many countries have like a slang. So this can be you can easily have a misunderstanding, or they're just not going to get your point. So use straightforward words. That way it keeps everything very simple and understandable. For gift giving, so this is a for gift giving is very important for Costa Ricans. Um, it should be up to $50 or however you want it. They like it to be wrapped so it grabs their attention, and it seems that you care about what you're doing. Um, some highly some high quality gifts you can give are wines and sweets. Once you try to give someone a gift, try to avoid coffee and fruits, as it's something that they make there. It's very common in the country. It's something they export all the time. So just try to stay away from it. Um, Also, one quick thing: if you're a male and you're trying to give a gift to a female or one of your female colleagues, uh, don't present it as it comes from you. Present it as if it comes from your sister or your mother. It's just something they have in tradition. Once you start into negotiation, trust is very essential for doing business with Costa Ricans. Once you get to your first meeting, you want to exchange business cards. Always, they it's no direct way to just go and, okay, I want to do business with you. Everyone uses an intermediate person, and that gives the person you're doing business with a little bit of trust, because he's already known for it. So, and in Costa Rica, it's like business is more about who you know. So it's stuff you want to take into consideration. Also, it's going to take more than one simple meeting to get a deal, as Costa Ricans are very polite. So even if they can seem very interested, they can end up declining your offer at the end. Uh, as I said, negotiations are going to take a long time, but while you're in the wait, try to establish a good relationship with the person. Um, so their business is hierarchical as well, which means that the person with most authority is going to come to make a decision at the end. For entertaining, what they mostly do is that potential deals end up in a they're going to end up in a dinner anywhere, which is going to be after hours, because they don't really do lunch or breakfast. So anyone that has like a um, potential potential to score a deal, it's basically gonna do that. They also Costa Ricans are not gonna invite you straight to their home. They want to get to know you before they do all of that. Public behavior. Costa Ricans prefer people that are very friendly and polite. Um, they don't tolerate impatience, because it makes a person look less credible, and it makes a person look weak for them. Um, so even if they pretend they like what's being offered, it might not be of their interest, but that's how they are. They have to always put a good face. They always have to be polite and the most respectful about it. They like to have strong relationships, good friendships with everyone. And one thing Costa Rica is that it's a very small country, so your reputation is very essential to get deals. So you want to start on with the right foot. Everyone knows each other. Everyone knows where they come from. Even if you're going to do international business, they're going to get to know about you very quick.